Okay, so some of you have been asking about my carb load, so I thought I'd jump on today and show you. I've got a big session tomorrow. It'll be a 90-kilometre bike at race pace, so that's sort of just sub-threshold with a 14k run off the bike. So that's one of my key race-ready sessions, and the data from that I will use on the day to basically know what I can race at. Now, my carb load before a practice session is slightly different. Normally I will have had something the morning before. So I've had a swim, which I burnt around about 600, 700 calories. So I've got to replace that back in as well. And I've got to do my recovery nutrition to basically get back. Now I've got a couple of different go-tos that I go to my recovery nutrition. Sometimes I'll just go one of those quick rice packets, and then we'll put 2 cans of small tuna in it. And to bump up that carb content, I would also put some sweet chili sauce in it. This morning I'm pretty busy. I'm going to take a little bit of a shortcut. Instead I'll do a smoothie, which is also another one that I do as well. As you can see, this is the rest of the carb loading food that I've got for the day. The thing missing from here is the pizza that I'll order later tonight. I'm going to have the pizza tonight. When I'm actually preparing for race, I might have the pizza the night before. I'm still undecided because after doing this carb load with lots and lots of sweet stuff, the pizza at the end of the day really breaks it up and allows me to get right up to that carb ratio that I need. So for me, I'm targeting 12 times my lean body mass. So lean body mass isn't your total. It's basically your weight minus body fat percentage. For me, my lean mass is at 76 kilos. I should know that exactly. I've got to look at my DEXA scan again. The only way to actually know that for sure is to get a DEXA scan, and you'll know your exact lean mass. I know that from my lean mass, I need to have 936 grams of carbohydrates to hit that target. Now, that's the absolute maximum that you need to go to. I don't want to go further than that, so I don't want to have 1,000 grams of carbs. Simply don't need it. The tank will be full, well and truly full at that 936 grams, and that's what I'll target. Sometimes with my race-ready sessions, I won't target a completely full tank. I'm 3 weeks out from race day, so I'm targeting a completely full tank for tomorrow. I'm going to get into my recovery nutrition. What I'm going to do is a good handful of mango. Add some zucchini in there, which normally I wouldn't because of race day because of the fiber. I'm going to add that in, add some passion, add some creatine, a scoop of vanilla protein powder, and I love this chili honey. The chili honey is really good. This morning, before I went out, I also had a pre-training fuel up. That was a bagel with honey and banana on it, which is actually, funnily enough, the same as my morning pre-race meal that I have, except I'll have 2 of those bagels. The bagels are really high in carbs. I'll put the exact numbers somewhere probably down in the description. So we'll get on to making this. I'll fast forward past this because this will probably take me a couple of minutes and will be quite boring to make me watch a smoothie. But I really, really need it because I'm just about out of that recovery window. I'm about 40 minutes post-training because I was setting this up. I really should have made this and then got onto this. Just in case you're wondering, no, this is not a full scoop of creatine. That'd be too much. Right, we're ready to go. I'm going to have this while we do this because I need to get this in. It's important for tomorrow's session. Pretty good too. All right, so on to what I'm going to have for the rest of the day. As I say, I'm looking to create type 3 diabetes today. No questions about it, all right? So, 4 cans of Coke. It's only because I've only got 4. I need to go down. I normally have 1 more as well. Probably have that with dinner. Sometimes I've actually woken up and had a can of Coke straight off the bat. Also see I've got these Wicked Sister rice puddings. I normally get a big 500ml one and just consume that throughout the day. Or I actually even make my own. I've got a Thermomix in the cupboard over there. It's so easy to make and really cheap. You use about $1 worth of rice, if that, and you can basically dictate how many carbs you want to eat by how much sugar you add into it. Some cinnamon scrolls. I really like these, and these are high in carbs as well. These are the bagels that I've already had one today, so I won't be having another one of them, but that's just so you know what they are. I go for the Abe's bagels. They're really, really good. Some balsamic sea salt and sea salt. They're my favourite types of chips. I don't eat them often, so when I get the opportunity for a carb load, I get stuck into these. I didn't initially have these, but I added these in after talking to Taryn, and I was just everything sweet, and it was just too much. By the end of the day, I was completely over it. So she said that's where you mix in a few savoury options. The other one, rice crackers, just original plain rice crackers. And these are really, really easy to eat. Everyone can just pick out a row and eat them simply. So I'll eat that whole thing today. And then just some trolley bright callers, the sour snakes. We've got the gummy bears, and we've got some bananas because I like them too. Now, I'm not going to eat this whole pack, neither with all the others. So I know that, and I've done it because I'm always using a set of scales. And often what I'll do is I will work out how much a handful of something is, or how much 2 handfuls is. So I know approximately, within reason, what I'm getting. So I know that a good size handful for me of soft lollies or candy, or whatever you like to call them, is around about 100 grams in my hand, which means that's around about 80 grams of carbs, depending on what you've got. But for me, a handful is about 80 grams of carbs. For you, it will vary depending on the size of your hand. All up so far, and the way I calculate this, I jump into MyFitnessPal, and you can either do it as you go in the day, or if you're trying to prepare what you need to have, you can actually go through. I go through and pre-buy it, and I'm going to eat these things. So I buy these in bulk because these are expensive. Otherwise, I wait till they come on special and then buy them like this. I actually have my own carb loading stash bag because otherwise my kids find them, and sometimes my wife decides to get into them. So I'll have that with my savoury ones in it. And then I've probably got about another 4 kilos of soft lollies / candy there that I won't need to dive into, but I've got it there all the time, so I'm not constantly going down the shops. Normally I've got a 30 box of Coke for these, which I got pre-canned, still got it. So I don't drink it any other time but this day. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, back to MyFitnessPal. So I've gone in and I've pre-entered all of these things that I'm going to have today, with the exception of these, because I'm going to then just top up with them when and if I need to. So far, with this, what we've got on the counter, not including this, and it doesn't include the bagel I had this morning with honey, which would have been around about 80 or 90 grams of carbs, or this shake, which I actually haven't calculated in full how many grams of carbs it are. I reckon it would probably be 60, 70, but I need to replenish what I took out anyway. So on the bench here, we have 591 grams of carbs. I know that a handful of these, and a handful of these, all of a sudden I'm up to 750, 800. And from that point, I have a pizza, and I'm going to be well and truly to my target of that 936 grams of carbs. So I won't even need to have as many handfuls as that. I've got the base of what I'm going to have. I may or may not have 2 of these. I probably only have 1. And that's where I just constantly tweak there. The good thing is I always know I can have a handful of lollies and make up that differential to get me exactly where I need to go. I don't want to basically fill the tank too much. It doesn't do anything. It just comes out as a bypass and waste product. So yeah, this is how I do my carb load. It's really important to remember that it goes on your lean mass, and the targets are generally 7 to 12 times your lean body mass, meaning if you're more advanced and you practice it, go up to 12. If you're new to it, start at 7, work up to 8 to 9 to 10, 11, until you're eventually at 12. As everything, if you haven't done this before and your race is tomorrow, today is not the day to do it. You need to practice this in the lead up, and I've been practicing this for months, and even to the point where I've actually put on a little bit of weight, but I've done that to know that I'm adequately fueled and prepared. And then in the off season that I'll be having after Melbourne, I'll be able to change things up and improve that body composition. But the main thing for me was pre-race fueling and carbohydrate loading / preparing my body, which is why you see absolutely, I think there's no fiber here or very little fiber. I think the daily recommended intake is somewhere between 30 and 38 grams of fiber. I'm going to be aiming to have virtually none. I mean, there'll be some that gets in via the banana and things like that, but you want to greatly reduce it. So today is not the day to have green leafy vegetables, salads, all those sorts of things. Eliminate them. You don't need them. Remember, type 3 diabetes, you're going to go well.